Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with another Kamihime Project event video. We're getting into another rerun, which is going to be the Garuda battle. This one I remember wasn't too hard, and it did have some decent stuff for wind. I don't know if it's already repeated with the second weapon, but we're about to go and check and see everything right now. Now, the thing is, this is an Advent event, and recently I've gotten one of my friends to play this game, so I flat out told them the same thing I'm saying right now, and a few of my union members even said it. Advent events are probably the hardest point to start the game off with because you get no help whatsoever. You're on your own in this event. Now, you do want to get strong enough to clear expert, but if you can't clear standard and you can still get at least a chance at every single event item you'll need for trades, but the target is trying to be able to clear ultimate so you can make the most out of the event. If you can clear Ragnarok, you will be able to get Dragonic Eye Shards and even the cores, which are needed for Final Break. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And there are missions to do, so you can get some extra stuff just off of that. There's a Dragonic Eye Shard if you can clear one of the missions. And well, if you're like my friend who hasn't had too many Kamihime, in fact, I suggested he re-rolls, but it seemed like he's still rolling with it anyways. But if you're like him, you may have a bunch of R characters, so clearing some of these missions wouldn't be a problem as long as your grid's strong enough. But anyways, they suggest getting the Adolin. I suggest getting her too if you don't have a good wind one because she's actually very good for wind. And then there's the SSR hammer, definitely get that. There should be a second SSR weapon. We'll see what it is. Get the raid gotcha ticket so you can get the free SR girls if you haven't gotten them all already. Me, I made sure I gotten every single one of them from past raid events, so that helps. And definitely get the gotcha tickets for more Kamihime. The Kamihime weapon one, the normal gotcha tickets. Those are very good. Simply because of the fact that they're still free pulls and they really don't take long to get. Even people that have to do beginner can still get those. But depending on what you may need, maybe half elixirs, the assault weapon, maybe soul points, because the soul points can really speed up the mastery system. Magic jewels too, if you don't really have anything else to go after. The books can also be used as well. I still need a crap ton of gold books in order to boost up a lot of my girls. But other than that, there isn't too much more you can really use for this. But Garuda, she is up to a 40% elemental attack for wind and water. So that said, she's going to be a very nice boost towards both teams. That's why you should get her. And then I remember the hammer having a soul that's saying it also gets a small defender. Now the second one ends up having a combination of vigor and defender. And I think it doesn't even give a final limit from what it's saying right here. So that's still a good weapon though, because with vigor, it goes into a different frame of the damage formula. So it will pretty much be your assault times your elemental times vigor. And defender helps you keep vigor longer because vigor and pride are both affected by how much HP you currently have. So the more max HP, the longer the intervals between vigor and pride. So keep that in mind. It might be counterproductive on pride a little bit though, because you want your HP to be low with pride. You want it to be high with vigor. So, anyways, they suggest clearing Ragnarok if possible. Clear ultimate, definitely. That's the best way to have it. And they do have enemy data right here. In the earlier battles, there really isn't too much HP, but when you start getting into expert, there you go. Because expert's like 10 times the HP of beginner from the looks of it. So, and then Ultimate's like almost 3 times the HP. It is 3 times the HP compared, if you want to be honest. And then Ragnarok, 3 million HP. That's going to be quite a bit to go through. Now, the main things you're going to want to look at is the attacks, which seem to be the same among the different difficulties. But the special action, you will randomly get hit 3 times, which is always invoked whenever there's normal attacks coming from the boss while in the raging mode by the looks of it. So that said, you're going to get triple attacked a lot. When in a normal mode, everybody's going to get nuked. When in raging, one person is going to get nuked. So be very careful about keeping your HP up and everything, because you can see an area-wide wipe if you're not careful. So, and keep in mind that there's less charges on Ragnarok compared to Ultimate. That's one thing I really had to get out there. So you'll get nuked a lot more often in Ragnarok. So what it's saying is the non-raging one's going to just hit everybody, period. And the single target's just going to nuke the crap out of you. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of debuffs or anything with it. So easily can suggest some characters that will be able to tank at least some damage. Like Andromeda can heal you. John can actually give you some defensive tanks. I have John's weapon for fire, so even though my fire team can probably just beat the crap out of this boss, they hit as hard as my light team. So if anybody see my videos about my light team, expect about the same amount of damage from fire. They just have way less health. Mordred's a good safe one to have, especially considering the fact that she can increase the charge turns, so you won't get like raging and normal nuked as much. So that's something to know. They didn't even really translate this that well. Google Translate kind of sucks. But you will need a lot of the weaker level items in order to get everything. But the higher ones can still take a lot, especially if you're still trying to final break things. And yeah, it looks like the second weapon can't get final broken. So there you go for that one. The first one can indeed though, so remember to keep some of the gold and silver items, at least from the backgrounds anyways. But yeah, it's going to be an axe and a hammer. Both of them are very good for different subs or souls or whoever you may need. The hammer is definitely a very, very good one. For anybody that does not know, the Phantom Hammer gives a massive assault spike. So if you've been grinding these events, like if you're not a new player, get the hammer. It may even be worth your time to try and keep farming the event in the hopes that more hammers drop, because there is still a chance you can get extra hammers. It is not a bad idea to do that for your win team. Keep that in mind. And the axe, I don't really remember that Phantom Axe being that good, but at the same time, Phantom weapons still can give you a massive spike regardless of what they do. So it may even be worth trying to get the at least getting all 4 copies of the axe. I don't think you get extra axes from the boss, from the platinum chest, should the boss drop one. So, in Ragnarok, there's always one platinum chest that will give you a core. So don't be fooled if you get 1 chest from there. If you get 2, that's when it's a chance you might have something else. But other than that, you may want the assault SR weapon, which is going to be a glaive. That's only for players that are still trying to build up their teams. I wouldn't go in my way for the defender ones, really. Not unless you really, really need the HP. Especially since both SSR can give you Defender. So, but anyways, here's your missions. This is considering that they don't change anything in game, because I've seen it listed differently from here to in game a few times before. But naturally, you complete the event quest 5 times a day, you'll get extra half elixirs, up to 14, I think, 14 or 16. But clearing different things without an elixir, clearing ultimate and expert with SR or lower for rarity, and that does include your backline. I gotta remind people of that one too. So if your sub slots have an SSR, it's still a failure. You can clear ultimate with the R Kamihime, and you'll get a Dragonic Eye Shard, very important. If you clear ultimate with darkness characters, then you can get some extra stuff as well. These aren't too hard, provided you're able to clear ultimate with a decent team. If you've built up your dark team just as much as a fire one, there you go. But that's the biggest thing. Fire is the advantage element. Thunder is a disadvantage. So anybody that's using thunder and you're not all that strong, you might want to go somewhere else. So keep that in mind. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this. More of this is going to come soon, because you know I'm going to show off videos of this. I absolutely want to see where my fire team is at right now, especially since they have counters across the board for this. Anybody that has any of the following characters will definitely have a nice little field day with this event. But Sevarog, absolutely. Uriel, absolutely. Prometheus, because she can lower wind attack power from the boss, which I think lowers her resistance towards debuffs too. But also when she gets hit, she'll give the whole team wind resistance. Daki has a very good wind resistance that stacks well with Jones' ability too. That's like, in a way, 80% damage cut between the two of them. Somewhere around that mark. I don't fully know how elemental damage cut goes with regular damage cut, but it does prevent a lot of different stuff. Daki's good for this one. There was another one that was very good for against wind resistance. But Firemon, that's who. Yeah, she's very good across the board anyways, but Firemon can really shine because she'll give you some elemental attack, which can also help you debuff wind a little bit more too. Because that's the thing, I think elemental increases and breaks will end up giving you changes in how resistant or how often you can debuff, or get debuffed anyways. I mean, I'm not fully sure, but it does seem like that. So, say you get fire elemental attack, your chances of debuffing seem to go a little bit higher, at least from what I've noticed. What is definite is the fact that if you can lower her fire resistance, you do increase your debuff chances. So, I think Mars was the one doing that, but yeah. But that's just the SSR. There's a few SR characters that are also pretty good too. But be very, very careful if you use some characters, because some of them are definitely dangerous to have. Like, say, the SSR Beelzebub. She can put you in like a long state of rampaging, and it will also eat away at your HP, because she puts enthusiasm on the party too. So that's something to know. But anyways, that's all for this. More of this stuff we're going to come soon. I'm going to try and get a few of these hammers if I can, depending on how much I can grind on this thing. I think I already do have a hammer already maxed out, so I can at least have 2. Because my win team does kind of need the boost, especially since I've got some very good win weapons. A few of them are near the point of final breaking. But anyways, that's all for this. More of this is going to come soon, and take care.